Oh my gosh. See that what I was saying, by the way, y'all, was absolutely perfect example that my mic was muted. So I just was saying, first of all, I said, good afternoon. I hope everyone's having a great day. Welcome to this edition of At the Mic. And then I said, I am the least prepared host. If you watch this show, I'm so grateful for you beautiful people that spend time with us here on Thursday and Friday afternoons at 2 p.m. Eastern. And my mic was muted as I was telling you how unprepared I typically am. And I was also telling you, see, I'm just catching you up on the 40 seconds of dead air there. Okay, I was also saying that since I let you guys in on everything, you know that there is this holy grail of the show, the card. And I was looking for the card that tells me who upcoming guests are and upcoming show topics, et cetera, et cetera. And I went across the room there, ran back to a muted microphone, and bottom line is I still haven't found the card. So let me do this by memory. We're doing the Ghost Hunt episode on Thursday, Halloween, with Tom Carr. We went out to this haunted bridge. And then Friday, November 1st, all of my cohorts from Pat Gray Unleashed, which is my day job, Pat Gray, Jeff Fisher, and Chris Cruz. We're doing that big show. We did that, I don't know, 6 months ago. That was a lot of fun as Pat tried to figure out how to flip his tablet around to face him. Anyway, so, and then after that, I don't know. I have to, oh yeah, it's election stuff. Oh my gosh, on November 7th, Thursday, November 7th. I hope it's a good conversation and not a frustrating one. So anyway, there you go. Brad Staggs and Brandon Morse on Friday, November 8th on the Friday live stream. And the last thing I will say is check out, if you haven't had a chance, check out the website worthitourwoke.com/ATM. 25% off a yearly subscription over there. I talked to James over there. I mean, it's just a cool site. See if you're going to waste your time and money on something that's way woke. James and his group over there have done it for you and checked it out. worthitourwoke.com/ATM. Okay. Still embarrassed about the muted microphone. I can't let that go. I'm going to bring in a couple of awesome people to join me here. Hopefully your microphones, see, you're more professional than me. And so I'm assuming your microphones are working right now. And I swear, if I knew it, I knew one of you. I couldn't figure out which one of you was going to start doing that. And John is the guilty party. So, and now Natalie's going to act like her microphone's muted as well, I bet.
No, I don't even have a microphone. That's how unprofessional I am.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I mean, there's a microphone.
Yeah, no. In fact, yeah, I can tell you don't have a microphone now. Shoot.
Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. No, that's quite all right. It's quite all right. Okay. Natalie Woods-Stanyer, this is your second visit here on the Friday live stream. See, now I don't even know how to pronounce his last name because I have been mispronouncing it for years. Jon Seidel is how I have been saying it. And John, I asked you before we went live here, I said, I'm pronouncing that right, fully expecting you to say yes. And apparently I haven't been all of these years. Why don't you tell us how to pronounce her last name?
Well, we've known each other for 14 years and you have pronounced it wrong for 14 years. And it's one of those things. I'm a people pleaser. And I have a hard time correcting people. But it is Seidel. It's an old German name. As they say, the first vowel does the walking, the second vowel does the talking. And so it's Jon Seidel.
I like that.
That's like Stu and Glenn, right? I mean, Stu isn't really even his name, but he's a people pleaser.
It's Steve, yeah. I was just looking here because we did a whole conversation. And anyway, yeah, and you've never corrected me, and I'm really sorry that I got that wrong all these years. But you know what? I work with a guy in Glen Beck who, like you said, Natalie, has called Steve Bergier Stu forever. And that just stuck. But he also and this is about me, not Glenn. But it reminded me when you told me that, John. It reminded me how Glenn always gets Jason Buttrell's name wrong and calls him Buttrill. So
listen, it's funny. I knew Jason when Jason was, and I'll say this word, just one of Glenn's security guards, right? Like way back in the day.
That's right.
And it's crazy to me, like, every once in a while, every, few years or so, I'll come down to the studio and I'll see him. And it's like, man, I remember when you were just like, just waiting outside the studio, protecting Glenn. And here you are now, a personality.
Mr. Chief Researcher. I love seeing the little critters wander around your house. If they're within reach, be sure to hold them up so that we can see them.
Okay, and I'd like to pre-apologize if you hear one of them at some point too.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna hear two of them on this and yapping away
they're a lot
here.
of fun.
So, yeah, if someone dares to walk by our house, the dogs have to alert everyone.
Oh, for sure. And if it's a squirrel, forget about it.
We don't have squirrels on the Fort Worth side of town. So
you got rid of them?
No, just a cut. We don't have a lot of trees out here, way out west. Oh, that's cool. Hi, what's this one's name?
This one's Sky.
Hi, Sky.
Hey, hi.
How you doing? Sky's like, what is happening? I love it. No, but that is interesting, though. We have to talk about Dallas-Fort Worth for a minute because I want people to kind of picture it. Dallas is a southeastern city. Fort Worth is really a Midwestern city. And there's big trees on the Dallas side. And on the Fort Worth side, there's hardly anything happening as far as large vegetation goes. Wait, I'm serious. John doesn't believe me.
Well, as someone that's actually from the Midwest, I just don't know how you can call Fort Worth a Midwest town. Like that's as
you know what,
boots and buckles and hats as you can get. I'm from Wisconsin. Like, I'm from the actual Midwest.
Well, I would say that Fort Worth is where Southern hospitality meets up with Midwest common sense. That side of the Metroplex, especially when compared to Dallas. But whatever, that's just me. And did you figure out what I was referring to on November 23rd?
I looked, November 23rd.
Remember, something behind you triggered me.
Yeah, I know. So I'm looking. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Are you a Penn State guy?
What the hell? No. On November 23rd, Wisconsin plays my alma mater, Nebraska.
Rutgers? Nebraska. Okay, I knew once I realized. Okay, it's got to be State. It's got to be a football team thing.
Yeah, I don't even remember the last time Nebraska was in the top 3, like Penn State. But no. So that's going to be a big day. Maybe we can win that one. We got Ohio State tomorrow. Not feeling.
Please win.
Yeah, did you see us against Indiana last week? It's not happening.
With Patrick Mahomes Jr.
Yeah, he did not have a good game. So, Natalie, you can see there the @Texas Gun Experience. I just checked Twitter. I don't see @Texas Gun Experience, which is an awesome gun store in the Metroplex that you and your family own. Is that your Instagram there or something?
That's Instagram. I don't know how active they are on X. So
who is anymore?
Find the account. Yeah. Wait,
what do you
mean who is anymore?
Well, you.
This guy. Oh no. Are you saying that I'm just out there talking to myself?
You and your 8-track apparently too. Still listen on.
What are you talking
Still
about?
Watch movies on Laserdisc?
My goodness, you're gonna badmouth Twitter. Wow, that hurts. So, you've got some exciting news, Jon Seidel. There's your website. Read Dear Jon, Jon.
That's my daily blog. Yep.
Okay. So what can people expect on your daily blog?
So I swore off politics after I left the Blaze, and now I write about faith, and other embarrassing things like being a recovering alcoholic, which is fun. And
I wouldn't know.
Because you're not into the recovering part.
Yeah.
So now Glenn and I have that in common. Oh goodness. Yeah. Right. Listen, about a year and a half ago, I would have said, "Hey, this is an excuse, right? We can drink in the afternoon, right?" So I write about faith, mental health, and recovery there every morning.
That's awesome, dude.
Send something out and kind of get your fill in the mornings, hopefully. And we've got a great community. We're about to hit 5,000 on the old Substack list. We were just named a verified bestseller a couple weeks ago, which is cool.
Look at you.
And I'm especially writing about the recovery aspect, since that's the most recent aspect of my life. People who are watching that were from the original Blaze days. That's something that wasn't part of my story back then, and it is now. And I have a book coming out about it. I just sent it to the publisher 2 weeks ago. I'm expecting it back next week. And it's called Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, and it details my journey, my slide into what I call misordered and disordered drinking and coming out, and how I did that. And so hopefully, I think my premise is that there's a lot of great stories about people who find faith and come out of addiction. And yet there are a lot of stories of people who have faith and yet fall into addiction, but they're not open about it. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of hiding that aspect. And so they stay stuck in it longer, like I did. And so I say I'm the best-selling author that became an alcoholic, or I'm the best-selling Christian author that became an alcoholic, not the other way around. And so I'm hoping to offer some kind of hope and for people just like me.
What's the planned release date on that?
Fall 2025. It'll come out probably mid to late September, right in time for next year's Sober October.
So that's interesting. I would have never guessed that, and maybe this isn't normal, but you tell me. How long is the process of got an idea for a book, or do you write it? And then I guess everything's got a different timetable, but I would have never expected to hear the publisher has it now and it's not going to be out for a year. Is that a normal thing?
Yeah, unless you're Glenn Beck, right? Who used to, at least when we were there, would release one like every 6 months. But otherwise, yeah, that's very normal. It's very. In fact, I had to fight to, and not in a bad way, but I had to fight to, because I got my publishing contract in May of this year, and even that was pushing it to be able to have it written in time. They want you to have the manuscript in a year in advance. And so there's all these rounds of edits, there's cover design, there's, marketing meetings and plans that have to take place. There's catalogs, like they send out their catalog for next fall. They're getting ready to send it out already. So they have to have the book to know exactly what it's all about.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a very, very normal process.
In the sign you've got behind you, you want to explain the Veritas Creative?
Yeah, and I struggled. How many people we got watching, Keith, or do not say?
Let's see. Hold on. We just crossed 4 million for just today right now.
Okay, perfect.
Watching.
Then I will keep this very private since I know that not many people are watching.
Just a few thousand, man.
So
when it's all said and done, after they watch.
I was going to reveal something that I haven't talked about in
4 million. Then 4 million here. Then
10 years. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that behind me is my company. So people may or may not remember, I was actually the first writing hire ever at the Blaze. I mean, I was managing.
Trivia question, y'all.
Right?
Jon Seidel. Huh?
And was the managing editor up until 2015. Left, went into nonprofit, and then started working for people like Kirk Cameron. I did his digital businesses, and then I went out on my own. Right? I said, I want to be my own boss. And so I created a company called the Veritas Creative, and Veritas is truth in Latin. And what I do is digital media consulting and content creation. So I help companies, personalities, businesses get their story out, tell their story through video, writing. I've ghostwritten books for other people as well. But here's my joke. My joke is my consulting company pays for my writing habit. Right. Because unless you're, Glenn Beck or James Patterson or, whoever, R.L. Stein, there's one, you're not making money off of books. So you have to have another hustle. And so here's the interesting part is some people, and I don't know if you have a chat, but maybe there's one person that will remember why the name Veritas is significant in Blaze history. And especially how it relates to me. And
okay, so it's not a James O'Keefe reference, or
no. I was Veritasing long before James O'Keefe.
Nice.
So I in about this and I'm sorry, Natalie, you can just tell me to shut up at some time.
No, you're good. Keep going.
In the summer, fall of 2011, I believe, we had a show on the Blaze called, what was Essie's show called? Do you remember? Essie Cup had a show.
Yeah. News Tonight or some Blaze News Tonight?
Did I get that right?
Or is that the current show? It was something like that. Something like that.
And they would do these things where her and her producer would go to like just fun events, right? They try to introduce some levity into the show. And so they sent out an email and said, "Hey, we want to go to the New York City tattoo convention. And we're
wondering I know this.
if there's anyone who would volunteer to get a tattoo on TV for Essie's show." And as you can see, I like tattoos.
You right? Do. I'm seeing that. Yes.
And so I raised my hand and I said yes. And so I got a tattoo, not on live TV because it was recorded, but I got a tattoo on TV for Essie's show.
Your first one, right?
No, it wasn't my first one, but it's here.
Okay.
And it says Veritas.
Oh.
Because I'm all about truth, right? The truth. Back then, and I my pitch was, back then, our tagline in the early days of the Blaze was "The truth has no agenda." And so then people are like, "You got a Blaze tattoo?" And I'm like, "No, I mean, I went to college for politics, philosophy, and economics, right? Like Veritas and Latin and stuff like that. My mom spoke Latin growing up. I was like, I mean, maybe it's a Blaze tattoo, or maybe it just means that I love truth." So anyways, obviously that name, that term, that phrase Veritas means a lot to me. Name my company after it. I have a tattoo, Veritas, and there you go. That's my I got a tattoo on TV story. Just for the 4 million that are watching.
Well, what I'm doing right now is while you're telling this story, I'm scrolling through here, and I'm trying to find. I know you and I talked at some point. Normally, I used to be good at being prepared back when I was younger, and we recorded an episode for At the Mic, right, John?
Yeah, when my first book came out, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't find it here. I don't know what episode number it is. But Natalie, what episode number were you? Do you remember? Okay. Anyway,
I was August.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I was wow.
I was at episode 362,000.
No, come on. You know what? You're actually the answer to a trivia question as well, Natalie.
That was not Veritas of me.
Two interviews that I did for At the Mic. And by the way, if folks aren't aware, the original show idea I had was just sitting down and talking with people about their life stories. And it was a lot of fun. And so if you go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@the-mic, you'll find a thing called Life Stories. And then you'll see the conversations I have with people. Natalie was so gracious. Her and one other interview that I did, I had to record twice. Remember that? Yeah. And so you were very kind to come in. And of course, the second interview was so much better than the first time. So thank you for being.
I was going to say the opposite, probably.
Well, no, little technical issues there at the old studios. Anyhow, so we're about to hit the holidays. Before I get to the not so rapid fire, does Texas Gun Experience have any big sales coming up that we need to know about?
I think there's always opportunities and sales, and given next month, who knows what's going to happen. So let's see.
Who knows?
It's funny. Prepared. I get asked that a lot, like, who's it going to be? And I have never been more 50-50 in my life because I don't say I lean conspiracy, but I don't think Trump lost in 2020. So I really don't know. I mean,
I don't either. So there.
So,
and people don't realize that you can actually buy firearms online and just have it shipped to a FFL, right? So,
yes.
Okay. And there you go. Not so rapid fire questions. Let's
boy.
see here. I'm going to start with you, Natalie. Ladies first here. Actually, it's putting you on the spot here. So I want you to impersonate, please, any TV character or cartoon. So let's see what you got here.
Do I do it or do I tell you who it is?
No, let John and I guess.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. How? I thought only boys had tentacles.
Wait, what? I feel so old. I feel like this is going to be a reference.
No, it's Bobby.
Wait.
From Bobby's World.
Yes.
I don't. That was after my kids' time, I guess.
I know. Well, it was. I just remember that voice, and for some reason, I could kind of do it. Not really, but it was always Howie Mandel.
Oh,
right?
I know this guy. Okay, I just never knew his name. I know this. I've seen this.
It's
character.
Howie Mandel, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. When was this?
Okay, that's all I got.
That was like
you're
early
good.
90s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 90 to 98. Okay, so this was between my childhood and my kids' childhood. So that's why I never really.
So you're just old and we're young. Is basically what you're saying.
Obviously.
I like that, Natalie.
So, all right, John, what you got for us?
Can I do a couple? Can I do a few?
Of course.
Because I couldn't nail it down. Okay, the first one.
So we're gonna guess. We're gonna guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's Blue's Clues. That's Blue.
yes. Yes. All right.
Timeless.
Oh boy. Welcome to my club. It's so
right.
great to have you.
Mickey Mouse Club. Yes, that's Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah.
Thank you. And then my last one. This is more of a sports personality. Oh wait, shoot! I just gave it. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Harry
It's
Carey.
so great. There you go. There you go. Those are my three.
Check out the kid with the big sombrero. I don't know. Sorry.
That's a home run.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Okay. Y'all are talented people.
Are you doing one?
Okay. No, I'm not
Yeah,
doing
Keith.
one. I'm not doing one. Come on. I put y'all on the spot. Let's see if I did one. Oh gosh, I honestly haven't even thought about this. I could do Alf. Remember the alien back in the day? I can't do more than just that now.
Yeah, you are old.
Thank you. Beavis and Butthead. I can do that. Yeah. Thank you. That's probably the only impersonation that I hesitate to use the word proud of.
I got another one. You can do this one. Look what I can do.
Is that feels like Minnie? I don't know.
No, well, maybe no. What's the other thing he says? It's Stewie from Mad TV.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Look what I can do.
That's good. I like this.
Man, I'm just making an idiot of myself.
No, you're not. This is what. You know what? I'll rescue you. How about that? I'll do
Thank you.
Beavis and Butthead. And see, my kids have the privilege. It is a privilege to, and now that they're all drivers and they drive themselves everywhere instead of having to get rides with me, they don't have to tolerate this as much as they used to. And that is just to have me just have random Beavis and Butthead conversations. And then, and the mistake that I've made is I should have had my kids writing down the ideas while I was driving. And then I could have sent them to Mike Judge and it would have been, comedy gold. But I don't know that I can do this on the spot like y'all did. Y'all did an excellent job there. But something along the lines of, I don't even know. I need a topic. Hey, Beavis, check it out. Oh yeah. See, I can't do it right now. I wasn't
You did
planning.
both of them. I thought you were only just going to do
Yeah,
one.
you have both characters.
See, honestly though,
I'm the great Cornholio. That's what you
there.
gotta do.
Nailed
Do
it,
the
dude.
corn-
Hold on.
do no, that was awful. You do that. You do that one.
I have to. I gotta tell you something though, and this is the truth. First, let me try Beavis. Let's see. Hey, Beavis, check it out. I'm trying to think of a way to cut down Beavis so that his patented response. Shut up, buddy. Hey, Beavis, See, I can't do it. But COVID took my Beavis. COVID, I still haven't fully recovered from 4 years ago. I used to could do Beavis easily, and now it's like I gotta have a whatever.
That may
Too
be
many
that may
excuses.
be the worst thing I've heard that COVID took. I mean,
That is the
COVID.
worst thing.
I
there's
got
a lot
long
of
COVID.
things
It
COVID
took my Beavis. I
What's
don't know
going
if
on
that's a
my prayer list
euphemism
at
for something.
fellowship?
I feel like that's a
Whoa.
merch. That's a merch. COVID took my Beavis. I
COVID
feel like
took-
that's a good shirt.
And my butt head.
Took your butt head. Wow. Okay, so where did we leave? Oh, check this out. Okay, I don't know what my deal is with Methuselah this week. I tweeted out something about Methuselah. What did I say? Methuselah lived for 969 years. So if he died now, he would have been born in the year 1055. I mean,
Wow.
that's some perspective there. But how long, assuming you were healthy, how long would you want to live? Let's go with Jon first this time.
Well, this is where my philosophy degree part philosophy comes in. If health isn't an issue,
Mhm.
right? You said, which is kind of the premise you said. I'd be
Yep.
like, give me a good couple hundred. Now if I have to be decrepit,
Yeah.
up until the end, like nah.
Mhm.
But maybe a good 200.
Okay. All right. Natalie, what is your response? How many years?
Could I, if I were 103 and you defined healthy, like I could still try out for Cowboys cheerleaders? I mean, am I that healthy, or am I just healthy, like I'm still living, but my bones are?
You know what? I don't know. I just ask the questions. There's no follow-ups here.
I mean, it just depends, like if I'm still getting around and having fun, I'm one who loves life,
Yeah.
And so I think throw me a couple hundy would be good. It just depends on, if I'm having to go 105 years with osteoporosis.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if Methuselah, like, were the last, 850, were they really rough? I mean, we don't get a lot of description on that, right? So the correct answer for me, personally speaking, is until the Falcons win the Super Bowl, which means I will live here for eternity because it'll never happen. Let's see here. Natalie, what's oh my gosh, did y'all see the typo? I swear. What country? Oh my gosh. There's 2 typos in this one question.
We understand.
What country do you hope to visit someday? But here's how I wrote. Here's what it looks like in the email, gang. This is what Natalie and Jon received from me. What's country do you hope to visit someday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Natalie, where are you going?
I've never been anywhere. I know this is a continent, but the Australia, so like New Zealand.
Also a country. Oh, New Zealand.
Yeah. Yes, but I meant like more specifically. I think I would. I've never been that way. I want to travel a lot more than I have, though. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
We are going to Ireland next year because our son is going to be a freshman at K-State for football. He got a deal, an NIL deal for K-State, which is really awesome.
Are they playing over there?
They're playing Iowa State in Ireland, and Joseph and I are both like, well, we're going. So we're going to go over to Dublin and go watch a little American football over there.
Good for you. That's awesome. Very cool. All right, Jon, where are you going?
So, whereas COVID took your Beavis, one of the things COVID took from me was my wife and I had a trip planned in 2020 where we were going to do England and Germany. I'm a huge C.S. Lewis fan, as you can see behind me. And we were going to visit like C.S. Lewis's childhood home and the pub that he, drank with Tolkien at. And then my grandpa came right over from Germany, right on the German-Czech border. And we were going to go visit, kind of make our way and visit the hometown that I'm originated in a way from. So those would be my countries. I want that trip back. And then like we've never replanned the trip, right? It's like, then the kids got older and we're just like, there's no way, right? That's going to be like our retirement trip, I guess, probably at some point. Which I know you're only a couple years from that, Keith. So,
I don't like the trajectory of this conversation.
Israel was on my list too. I mean, obviously,
Israel,
I really want to go to the Holy Land and just walk the walk. And that our church was, a lot of churches do that. They do those group trips, and we were planning on doing that, but that got canceled. So,
and have you traveled outside the country before, Natalie? And if so, like, where have you been?
Yep. I've been to Freiburg in Germany, and I've been to Austria and Rome and Capri, and I've been to Kinsale in Ireland.
Okay.
And then, a lot close, like to islands and stuff around, Bahamas and all those kind of fun things. But like hopping the pond, I've been to those areas.
Okay.
So we'll go back to Ireland next year, I think.
John, you've left the country?
Yeah, I've been to Oklahoma and Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Wisconsin, like I said. So I've left the independent Republic of Texas.
Yeah.
See.
I've done Mexico, right? Who hasn't? But the only other, I guess, country I've been to would be Israel. I went to the Holy Land, Natalie, and it was an incredible experience. And in fact, I was supposed to host and lead a group right after COVID, and that got canceled as well.
Man.
Keith, did you say you've never been to Mexico?
No, I've never been to Mexico. I have no desire to go to Mexico.
No, I mean, how do you not drunk stumble into Mexico? I mean, it's right there.
Yeah. You know what, though? I've never left the country until a couple weeks ago. Carrie and I had lunch in Sherbrooke, Canada, Quebec. So
Canada is it?
That's French signs everywhere. So
that's it.
I had a. You know what I did? We ate at this restaurant outdoor. The weather was perfect. It was like 65 degrees. It was sunny, and I ordered this massive charcuterie board, and I sat there by the river on this couch, eating this charcuterie all to myself, watching NFL Sunday Ticket on my phone in another country. So when I get my phone bill, so help me, if I got charged to stream football in a foreign country, I'm going to be pissed. But that was my only experience outside the country. Was literally just a couple of weeks ago, just crossing in for lunch.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was Canada. All right.
It was Canada. Is that international? Does that count?
Also, Keith, can we ban the word charcuterie, especially how you pronounce it? Like, I feel like you're just like nope. 1 syllable away from an FCC violation every time you say it. So I think we just need to like.
What word am I stumbling? Don't answer that. I will not back down from the awesomeness that is charcuterie. But I tweeted out, I don't know what the deal is. People have an issue whenever I tweet out a picture of food that has ketchup on it. But I was at a diner this morning on my way here, and I tweeted out my awesome brunch, which was a couple eggs, some grits, some country fried chicken, some sourdough toast, and hash browns. Yeah, with ketchup on it. I will not apologize for enjoying ketchup on my freaking hash browns, y'all. So
I like ketchup.
Good.
I put ketchup on my hash browns, man.
I eat ketchup with my eggs.
Preach.
See?
You want to know something
among
weird?
Friends. Thank you.
I put ketchup in my chili.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I've never heard that. Seriously, what do you mean?
Not that you necessarily taste the ketchup, but it
just kind of like sweetens it up a little bit.
Yeah, because ketchup's basically sugar.
Right.
Heavenly sugar.
My wife's from Texas, so she's from the Houston area, and so she has this thing. It's kind of funny. She calls it taco soup. And then we actually made it last week, and we're like, why do we call this taco soup? It's not tacos, right? But it is like ground beef, tomato sauce, beans, corn, onions, rotel, like all that together. And so she calls it taco soup. And then I put ketchup in it, and she just makes fun of me. I'm like, I don't know. It tastes It tastes good with ketchup in it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go.
My husband's not a ketchup. He doesn't like ketchup very much, but like Danny and Linda, I'm with them. Everything that they put ketchup on, I put ketchup on. So
What'd they say they put it on?
Roast, meatloaf, and then no, Danny. I think she said she put hot sauce on her hash browns. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to read those. But anyway, hot sauce is good too. But that's very I mean, South Texas. So
look at that. Linda says her dad used to carry a bottle of hot sauce in the top front pocket of his overalls. That's awesome. So hang on a second. Ben, what is HP sauce? I'm not familiar. Should I know what HP sauce is?
HP.
Hewlett Packard.
Hewlett Packard sauce. Yeah.
Hot picante?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll give us a full explanation here in a moment. John, how long can you hold your breath?
Not long.
Yeah, me either, man. Long enough to go into like a truck stop bathroom.
I'm
out there with my life.
I have diagnosed anxiety and OCD, so like I'm already kind of a nervous guy. So like anytime I have to hold my breath, I already think I'm gonna die. Mm-hmm. And so if I had to hold my breath for too long, then I'm like I'm really gonna die, right? So nah, not for me.
Yeah,
Natalie.
I've actually been holding my breath this entire podcast. I haven't taken a breath yet. It's shocking, but it's true. So
wow, and you just now exhaled 37 minutes in.
Just now. So 37 minutes. Actually, the free divers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm with John on this. Like it makes me like I don't have an issue until like with being underwater or anything like that until I start thinking about it, Like in other words, it's more disturbing for me to think about holding my breath than actually trying to hold my breath,
Yeah.
So
my wife told me this story she read last week or something, and it was about these people that I don't know where they live. Let's just say they live in the Caribbean somewhere, and they're like a island people that have learned they basically live on the water, like they have boats and stuff. And she said that they've learned to hold their breath for forever. And they even puncture their own eardrums intentionally so that they can dive deeper and stay underwater longer. And I was like,
oh, thank you.
What?
No.
There can't be anything down there worth that.
No.
Oh, can you hear? Oh, thank you. Oh, no. Hang on a second. So Matilda's barking. And Tanner wants to join her. I told you we were going to have this. I didn't realize the door was closed. So now he's pissed.
Oh, come on.
He can't get down there.
And I just dropped my fidget. So
Scout Sky, y'all hear that dog?
Good times, huh? Only the most professional broadcasts right here. So we got that taken care of.
I wouldn't expect anything more.
The door wasn't actually closed. He was just lazy and looking at me like, bro, I don't feel like being smart today. Okay. What were we talking about? Yeah, piercing your eardrums. I'm going to pass on that one. No, thank you. No, thank you. By the way, I did notice something. You want to talk about a pet peeve. I just noticed something while you were talking, and I did my arms like this. I freaking hate it when the shirt underneath the sleeve comes out. Is that not the most annoying thing, or is it just me? Am I the only person that happens to? Oh,
I think you're the only person that still wears a white T-shirt underneath another T-shirt, Keith.
Oh, no, I have to. I don't care how hot it is. I always wear another shirt. Mostly because it just I don't like this feeling of, you know what? I'm not on a couch and you're not my therapist. So have you ever tasted soap, Natalie?
Yeah, I did at church.
Uh-oh. What'd you say?
Well, just because I think I said a bad word or something. And then my Sunday school teacher made me or the youth group, they made me put soap in my mouth.
Wait a minute. So it wasn't your
That's
parents?
The old school way of punishing. I mean, I don't oppose it.
Yeah. Well, I had it happen to me multiple times.
Wash your mouth out?
Yeah. Like from my parents, from Nana has done that to me.
And you never cussed again.
Nana.
I've never cussed again. Yeah, it cured me all right. Mm-hmm. But so you're telling me it wasn't a family member that did this? It was
no Sundays. Well, that is your family. That's the family. And so yeah, it takes a village to raise a non-cusser.
No.
So I really actually I don't know what I said or but and they kind of did it and like we were all it was like a youth group and it actually got kind of funny. I don't know.
Hang on now.
Are you going to report the church?
No, I wish that I want them to ask your parents first before they start to physically do anything.
I learned it from my mom. Nobody would. Mom, please. My mom taught me those words. This is the church trying to teach my mom out of me. They weren't going to ask my mom.
Yeah, been there too, Danny. I almost prefer to be slapped in the face than to have the soap because the soap lingers. Ugh.
Oh, she popped her in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the soap in the mouth, for saying bad words. I actually thought my first curse word I remember saying, I remember I was convinced that I made it up.
What was it?
It was the B word. I called it to my sister. And I was little and it was one of those where I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, you, and then I blurted out and I'm like, that was a good one. And then
that was a good one.
And she tells on me and I'm like, apparently I'd heard it before, but I didn't realize it. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, Mom, no, I came up with that word. Yes, I know, but it's not a bad word. I came up with it. Yes. It's never been in the lexicon of society. And and she's like, well, you didn't come up with that. In fact, here's a little soap to remind you that you didn't.
Oh, how old was your sister?
She was just a year and a half older than me.
But so she knew what that word was all about, huh?
I'm assuming. I mean, she told on me. So
was she being one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also went to a church growing up that like sold paddles. Like you could like, it was like, there's like a paddle store up by the pastor's office. Just like, get your paddles here, and you buy a new paddle, you'd wear it out and you'd go buy another one from the church.
See, my mom was a belt. It was a country and western belt. So like I had Diane imprinted in my butt for a week.
Some rhinestones.
It did say Diane on the back with 2 ends. So yeah, I definitely got.
I got that too. I got the belt. I don't think there was a method of delivery that wasn't used on me for punishment there. So
and exercise those demons.
Yeah. Now I used to watch, especially in college. I used to watch Conan O'Brien over on NBC, and as we're talking, and John actually made me think of this story with his B word that he invented out of whole cloth. And then, boy, it really caught on. I'll tell you that, John. I mean, I use it.
Well, he is a writer. I mean, he is a writer, so I can understand. He's the creative. It's behind him.
That's right. That's right. He's creative.
I created that word, Veritas, for show.
So Conan O'Brien, him and Andy Richter, they were trying to get around the NBC censors, and so they did this bit for the longest time where their made up cuss word that couldn't get censored by NBC. Do you remember this? Crunk?
Oh yeah.
That's where it started over there on Conan O'Brien and his show. So there you go.
No, Jon Seidel came up with that word. I know, John. They just took it from you.
Thank you.
Huh.
I got you.
I like you, Natalie. Yes, yeah. It's exactly right.
You can leave it to them, Conan, to always take credit for crap.
I can't. Here's the thing. The reason I can't talk about it is we've been in a lawsuit for about 3 decades over it. And it's
NBC will pay you eventually. Yeah. So let's see here. Let's see. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Hang on a second. Okay. So I see y'all in the comments there. I see Linda saying she missed 5 seconds of the show due to ads. And then you see Born Genius, Genis, saying that we shouldn't be. I know that's a constant setting that always gets clicked on And then I apologize for the live ads. It's very annoying. It's almost annoying as two dogs yelling outside this door here. Okay,
it's really because mine and Natalie's fees are so high. I'm sorry, guys. But,
that's what it is.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're not getting paid?
Wait a minute.
Oh, dang. Keith, you didn't tell her?
Let me send you my Venmo.
Please don't. Okay, so look, I'm sorry. Well, I'll figure out payment later. Okay, thanks a lot, John.
Because I had to drive here. I had to drive here. That I don't want this to cost me.
You had to drive here. John, are rats cute?
No, I think rats are disgusting. Second only to snakes.
Ooh. Okay, Natalie.
Nope ropes. I am not a nope rope guy.
Yeah.
What's your take on rats?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we actually had them just last year, like in the winter, they were getting under our hoods of our vehicles and jacking up the wires.
Chewing the wires, yeah.
And that is a very expensive situation. And I'm very fortunate because my husband set out like he might as well put on full garb. Like those rats are deader than dead. Like they're not cute. They're not when they're little. They're disgusting. They carry all kinds of diseases. And when they die in your wall, they really are bad.
Oh.
They're disgusting. Yeah, we murdered them for sure.
Wow.
And I agree with him on snakes. Oh, gosh, it makes my butt cheeks cringe together. Sorry, I'm just saying.
Wait, I thought COVID took your. Never mind.
No, I got
plenty of. By the way, Keith, I got a funny rat story. So
okay,
I'm gonna say this, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh wow, this was a downer." I don't mean to be down.
Well, hold on. Before you do your downer story, okay? Let me just show you this real quick, and then I'll let you tell your downer story. There was a flight from Dallas to LA last week, and passengers could hear something happening above them, right? And then on this plane, you got nowhere to go, by the way.
Nope.
You're just there.
Not snakes on a plane.
Somebody snapped this picture above them.
Stop it, Jesus.
And you see that? Yeah.
Oh,
right
goodness.
there. That's what they're calling a super rat because they thought
that's big. Is that his tootsie? Is that his foot?
That is his two paws, and it's a shadow. So there's a light. You see the two paws, and then you see his face, his head.
It's gonna be a movie next Halloween. It's got to be Rats on a Plane.
Rats on a plane. Somebody release the snakes on the plane to eat the rats on the plane. But anyway, so I guess because that you talk about chewing up wires. You're 30,000 feet in the air or whatever it is, and or I don't want to find out what the wire the rat chewed, hard way.
Nope.
So anyway, so when they got to LAX, they had to let the exterminators or somebody come and deal with that. But I would not like that. Not only because I wouldn't want it to drop out of the sky, but I wouldn't want the plane to drop out of the sky. So what's your sad story there about rats there, John?
Oh, thank you. I was going to say, can we first get that picture off the screen? I'm just like, I'd take the soap over the rat. So my wife got in a car accident last May. It's been this year-long thing, right? She's going to have some stuff with the rest of her life. And so we've had to go to the Mayo Clinic 3 times. And on I think it was our first trip to the Mayo Clinic. This was probably last, I don't know, February, March, something like that. And we're in this shuttle from the Mayo Clinic back to the airport. And stop. And this person gets on the shuttle and he's got this carrier, right? And we're like, oh, okay. I don't know. He's got a cat or something.
Oh, no.
And so he sits down and we're sitting there and my wife's kind of over here and all of a sudden her eyes get really big and she starts motioning and she's like, I'm like, what? She's like,
I'm trying to be on the down low, bro.
I'm like, just text me. So she texts me. She goes, they're rats. And sure enough, I kind of peek around the corner. The guy's got 2 massive white I guess like emotional support rats in a cat carrier. And I'm like, we're going to the airport. Like, what is he going to take these on a plane? I don't know. I don't know what happened to Mr. Emotional
We
Support.
know what happened to one of them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He was on your flight. You didn't know.
That's right.
Ugh, that was your flight.
So that's my rat story. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And it was like an hour shuttle to the airport. So we sat there and just the rats just like through the little
that is crunk.
Okay, you know what? Why don't we do this, Natalie? Why don't you try to mix that in an organic way for the rest of the show, and let's see. I don't know that maybe that was a single. Okay, let's shoot for a home run on the best way to use that. But that's a good attempt there. Boy, I would not want to see a rat in a closed space with me. That's for sure. So
yeah.
Oof. Okay, I just found this interesting. There was a Russian man that survived more than 2 months. Did y'all see this story? He was drifting in icy seas on an inflatable.
Y'all see this? Anyone see this? Don't you remember Glenn used to do that all the time on radio?
No, that was Pat that does that.
Pat. Okay, sorry.
He does the Jay Leno impersonation.
Yeah.
Read about this in the paper.
Yeah.
And then
read about this. You see this?
Yeah. And then I'll jump in as Kevin Eubanks. That's crazy, Jay. Okay, so he was on an inflatable boat for 66 days adrift. 66 days. He unfortunately his brother and his nephew died, but he remained adrift, and apparently they took a couple weeks of food with him, but he had to let that stretch out for over 2 months. But anyway, what you know, I'm going to save this story. I'm going to save the story for Jeffy next week because he's looking very svelte these days, losing a lot of weight. But this guy right here survived, they say, because he was so large. Because he started the trip at 220 pounds. That's large, I guess. And he ended up at 110 when they found him. So that's
he was still probably taking a shot.
Ozempic.
Yeah, he took Ozempic. Better than Ozempic.
Why? Yeah. So why was he? Why?
They were out fishing. I think they
got
fishing.
Lost.
I don't know. Let's see here. Sure. Yep, you got lost. Yeah, let's see. Oh, currents took it away out to sea or something. Yeah, I've been taken out to sea before on a boogie board, so I get it.
That actually happened to me. I was taken out to sea as well on a inflatable yellow like sunning yourself raft thing. And
did you lose half your body weight the way this Russian guy did?
I mean, I lost half my mind.
Yeah, no
like
kidding.
You know, yeah. When I got back, it was like I was crunk.
Okay,
that's a foul ball.
I was also taken out to sea on a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Okay. Oh. I've told this story before. 2 surfers saw me, and if not for them, I'd be gone, I guess.
No, same.
Well, I swear.
Same.
Well, listen, for me too. So what happened is, I grew up on Lake Michigan on the Wisconsin side, and me, my stepdad, and my sister were all playing, but my stepdad and my sister were doing something, and I went on this raft, and I was pretending to be asleep. Okay. So, but I was like committed. I was like method acting, you know, and then all this, like, my stepdad's like yelling me, like they called me Johnny growing up. He's like, Johnny, paddle back, paddle back, paddle back. My stepdad, for whatever reason, he had kidney failure when we were growing up, meaning he just didn't have a lot of strength. That's one of the things, right? He's on dialysis, and so finally I opened my eyes and I realized, holy crap! Like I am far out here.
Shit.
And my stepdad didn't have the strength to come get me.
Oh.
And so I'm like starting to paddle, and I am, I'm going into it. I'm a full blown panic. And all of a sudden, and this is like honest to God truth, this guy appears out of nowhere, jumps in the lake, paddles out to get me, brings me back to shore, and like disappears, and we never see him again. And my stepdad, till the day he died, was like, I believe that was an angel. He's like, I've never seen that. We live in a small town, right? Never seen that guy before. I tried finding him after. I don't know where he came from. I don't know where he went to. He didn't say anything. He just
was it Michael Landon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Look at that. All right. So you're old enough to get that reference.
Who didn't watch that growing up?
Touched by an angel.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you ever, Jon, admit to your family, because you're telling us, did you ever admit to your family that you were faking sleeping?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was like, you could have got me to admit anything at that point. I was so scared and so shooken up. I'm like, I think I promised, never to fart again in my life. Like I made all the deals. I'm like, I will never lie, cheat, steal, fart, whatever.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. So, we just saw a visitor there, Natalie.
I know. I was Joseph.
Say hello.
Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
He looked comfortable. I was like, I wish I was in.
He's in scrubs.
Scrubs, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
He probably.
So
he's got a lot of jobs.
I was about to say, I thought that the gun store was that just a hobby?
Well, so it was a family retail store. So then we have expanded it into what it is today, the Texas Gun Experience, which is a one-stop shop. But right after Joseph, he's a West Point guy, flew Blackhawks. When he got out, he actually went to work for Stryker medical device. And so he actually still does stuff with Stryker.
Wow.
And so he sells the equipment that surgeons use to navigate through the brain. So for neurosurgery, to go extract tumors. And so he's in a lot of surgeries. It's crazy. Man. But
he stays busy.
He's a jack of all trades. And he can hunt rats. Because you know what? He get a crunk up in here. Yes. No, it was good.
Ground rule double. Okay. So I'm a gambler and not a good one at all. And I will do sucker bets.
Look at my nose tattoo.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Jack of hearts.
Jack of hearts.
So with a jack of hearts. No one really smarts. That's what we're gonna do from you.
I don't have a tambourine or an egg shaker within reach. That's all I got. Okay, so I will put a stupid. Okay, let me back up. The Masters, something like that. I'll roll around and I will put I'll put a very small bet on like really long odds that never pay off. The end. So this guy, I got a story here that he saw on there was a golf tournament that he saw there was a 20,000 to 1 odds. Plus 20,000 anyway, and he put a $200 bet that this guy he put this bet because that's a huge number that would show up on a
what is that
golf
like a $2 million payout?
Yeah, no, it's a $40,000 payout. So, so I misspoke. That's 20,000 to 1. In fact, Toby, I think I saw you in the chat here. I never get this right, but it's plus 20,000. So,
$100.
I guess if he had put $100 down, you understand it here. So
if you put 100 down, you get 20. You would get 20,000.
Okay, is that I think. So he won 40 grand. Okay, because the guy was in first place after day one. That was what the bet was, and then he went to collect it, and they said, "Yeah, here's your $1,000 payoff." And he's like, "No, bro, my ticket says 40K." what you're telling me is a bunch of crunk. Okay. I was trying it out. So, okay. Thank you, Toby. You see that? He just said you're correct. Boom. Okay. So they said, no, here's your $1,000. And they're like, no, see, that was a misprint by us. I'm sorry. Then every bet I've ever placed that didn't win was an accident too. So this guy, right? Screw you. You need to be more careful. Where's my 40K? So this has actually been elevated up to the Nevada Gaming Commission that has to rule on this. And I guess the fine print works in favor of the casino, but I don't care.
Of course, they protect themselves. They
yes, this is bullcrunk.
That is bullcrunk.
So I'm going to be interested.
Hey, did you just invent a curse word? Welcome to the club.
Oh,
welcome.
I'm getting the soap.
Wait,
Natalie, you got to invent one now.
I'm trying to go. I'm working around the naughty words. What else I got here? Let's see here. Did y'all see? Okay. Obviously, our entire lives, the potato chip bags are a joke with the air and it's because they settle in shipping and all that stuff. Yeah. Did y'all see that? Actually, PepsiCo, the owner of Lay's, Doritos, Tostitos, Ruffles, all that
here
stuff.
in Dallas.
Is that right?
Yeah, Frito-Lay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't get out much. So, they apparently shrunk the bags, I guess, to kind of, pull one over on us and stuff. And anyway, so they're actually gonna, after they got busted. So I guess Joe Biden was right. Ooh, Joe Biden was right on the shrink, never mind. So anyway, apparently, after getting busted, they're gonna go back. It's gonna be the same empty space thing that we've been used to. But anyway, they actually they're saying, hey, our bad. We're giving you 20% more chips now at the same price. So we'll see. But
what is that, like one extra chip?
One extra chip. What is that? You know what? I will say, though, when you go to a store way up high in Colorado, man, what I think when I came down, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, and the bag, like you could almost see the case made for that. It was very strange.
By the way, Keith, I didn't tell you this, and I'm not necessarily trying to get my pay increased, but
Natalie, don't listen to this part. What?
Tomorrow I leave at about 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'm driving to Colorado for a week to go hunting. My buddy pulled a bear, elk, and mule deer tag. Like, it's insane. So basically,
what the hell?
He pulled the trifecta: bear, elk, and mule deer. So I'm leaving because I'm gonna drive it in one shot. Shot. I'm just have like 75 cups of coffee and go,
and not even stop.
No, I mean I've got like a bag. Yep, exactly. And my point was going to be, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack a bunch of food with me tonight so that I don't have to make a lot of stops. Right. Mm-hmm. And then what's going to happen is any chips or any bags like that, as I get higher up, they'll expand because there's less pressure, and it's pretty insane. But I also wanted to say, because I wanted a pat on the back, shamelessly, whatever, to say that I could have left today. I did not leave today.
That's because I'm paying him. That's why he stuck around.
I had an important live stream to do. And so instead,
is it after this one?
So hang on a second. Hold on. No,
is it after this one?
Wow. That was good. That was good. That was funny. Yeah, that's crunk. All right, that's triple. That's a triple. You're getting there. I need a walk-off homer though. So hang on a second, John. Were you gonna take 2 days to drive, except for this commitment?
No, technically, I'm hunting with 2 other guys. They're all starting to hunt tomorrow morning. I'm going to miss the first day of the hunt.
I am seriously upset with you right now. You should have
No,
backed out. You should have said, hey, this
man of my
opportunity
word.
came up. I would have understood and we could have rescheduled. This isn't, I feel like you should get in the car right now and go.
No, man, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
What
Well,
part of
maybe.
Colorado?
That
You're
is
very
so
kind.
sweet.
Well, that's because I pay.
Yeah,
guys
that's true.
to be on
And
the show.
yeah.
But it's like that. It's the pay inequality. I don't pay the women to show up here.
Oh goodness.
So hang on, John.
Well, we're not as smart. I totally understand.
Oh my gosh, John, what
Yes.
part of Colorado will you be going to?
The
cold part.
Yeah. It's a real ugly part. Vail.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Pray for you.
Yeah. It's
Hold on,
kind of
because
the armpit of Colorado.
How many hours is that? Because I'll tell you,
It's
the furthest
12 to 13.
Yeah, I think it's like 12-ish to the Denver area, and then however long I can get from Denver to Vail.
driving
you
by
need to
yourself.
drive from Denver to Vail. Just drive straight to Vail.
Well, so because there's that road I can take up from the south. That's a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
I-25?
No, like so you could you do 25 to 70 if you wanted to go the Denver route. But I guess I'll see what the GPS says.
Yeah.
All right, good luck,
There's
man.
that
It is a much prettier drive
to go the other way.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry that I have screwed up your weekend of fun. Now I feel bad.
Well, when you have 4 million viewers.
Yeah, right.
Well, actually,
I got a book coming out in a year, sir.
Yeah.
This is the official book launch media tour.
John, I'm gonna get your book. So you sold one.
See,
look at that.
On your way.
When it does come out, I'll definitely have you back on. Okay.
And thanks for guaranteeing that I'll be on Glenn's show too. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Why not? He's had you on before.
He has had me on before.
So
I can say, hey, Glenn, I used to think you were so crazy when you wouldn't drink. And guess what? I became an alcoholic too.
Hey, but I will say that when I made that drive to Colorado, well, I made it multiple times, but what I'm saying is I always try to get to Trinidad, but I didn't have hunting waiting for me. So good luck, Godspeed, and send me pictures of what you catch.
And you're leaving at the right time, John.
That's
perfect.
You catch, what you kill.
Early, but
it's
gonna
catch an elk.
Yeah, because I don't want to hit any darkness in the mountains, you know. I'm gonna try to get as much ground made up in the unbeautiful part of Texas, West Texas, as I can. Let's be honest. And just hightail it in my gas guzzling truck.
Good for you, man. I hope you have a blast. I know it's going to be cooler there than it is here. That's why I go to Colorado.
Yeah, there's potential for snow on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it's what is it, like 90 here right now?
Yeah, it's stupid. I remember one time I was there in August up high, and I woke up and it was, I think, 38 degrees, seems like the temperature. And by the time I got back here on the same day, it was 112 or thereabouts, somewhere. I mean, it was stupid. Okay, so here's a fun fact. I love this Twitter account. It's called Fact, and the person who invented the stop sign, the pedestrian crossing, the traffic circle, and the one-way street never learned to drive.
I thought you were going to say was killed in a traffic accident. Like,
I wouldn't do that.
That would be it. Well,
or
it's kind of like
failing to stop.
Yeah, right. Or
right.
Exactly. It's kind of like the Segway inventor died on a Segway, right? Like
he did.
His Segway went off a cliff.
What?
Oof.
Yeah, look it up.
I don't want to. That makes me sad.
Aww.
It's time for that portion of the program where we watch animal videos. So let's get this going here. I don't know how you train a dog to do this, but there it is, leaning on a stick, closing its eyes.
Like Methuselah.
There you go.
Like Methuselah there. I mean, look at that. Come on.
We're about to go part the waters.
Does that feel real to you?
Oh, look, he just opened his eye. Oh.
Okay, can I go down? Where's my treat? Where's my treat? I mean, look at that. What? Crazy, right?
I bet he's
What do you
getting
think of
paid
that?
to be on here.
You know what? I wasn't going to tell you that, but yes, I did pay for that. Yes. Okay, so this dog will not eat food. Now, it loves human food, but it won't eat the food unless it's dipped in something first. Are you kidding
Ketchup.
me?
Ketchup, yeah, right?
See, he wants it too, right? But you see, you gotta. No, I don't want that. No. By the way, you're wearing a diaper? Oh no.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be me tomorrow.
Yeah, it does. It wants. Oh, it's gonna eat a lettuce wrap.
Yeah, it wants the food. Here's your food, and then this picky SOB actually wants it in lettuce. Wrapped in
Wow.
lettuce.
Well, and when you got a gold chain like that, you crumb. Oh, ketchup! It's ketchup, John.
It is ketchup.
Linda, it's ketchup.
You know what I like to do? I don't know if this is weird. I dip my fries in mayo.
No, that's okay.
I've never tried
So
that.
good. Oh,
I
Yeah.
never
it's
tried
so
that.
good.
Is it good?
Oh,
And
it's
I
so
do
good.
mustard too.
Why is this dog pissing me off?
I
Like,
know, it's
be happy
entitled.
with what. Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then the owner, of course, just totally gives in.
And you could be jealous of his chain.
That's
Yeah.
true. It might be that. It is a crunk chain.
Yeah. Well done.
No, not as good as yours.
Oh, look, there it is. Okay. All right.
This, I mean, come on.
Oh.
Now, what the hell am I supposed to dip this in? It's a sucker. It's a lollipop. Ugh. Okay, wait, never mind. That's
Oh.
no.
Oh. Look
Now
at
it's
that.
confused. It's like there's
Okay,
nothing
that
to
makes
dip in.
It's
here.
also in China. I don't know.
Oh, it
Mm.
is?
That's
Chinese dogs are much smarter.
Is that right?
Yeah, their education. Focus.
Is that right? No. I want you to elaborate on this.
Just a far superior educational system of never
dogs.
leaving home.
For dogs.
Yeah, for dogs.
Keith. You got to give me a minute.
Oh, okay. You want me to let you go right now, or what? You want me
No,
to-
I'll be right back in a second. Okay.
Okay.
Want to change his diaper? Stop.
The woman needs to get faster with the food prep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right, Natalie?
Like
Women need to get
speed it
faster
up,
with the
Chuck.
food prep.
Seriously.
I swear, if she starved this cat just to make this video, I have a feeling she did. So funny. Anyway, there you go. All right. So we're good.
She needs to
That's
feed
kinda-
that cat.
Oh, this is cool. I actually, if I have a cat ever again, I would buy this in a heartbeat. In fact, over in the right-hand column, you can't really see, they're selling these things. Look at this. It's like a fish tank, right?
You get
But
in it.
the cat can like crawl in there and look at the fish really up close, right?
Oh.
Isn't that cool? I think that's cool.
You know, they have that at Shields. But
Really?
for
True.
How much is this thing?
Yeah, at Shields. Have you been to Shields?
Well, not to see that. I didn't know they had
Or
that there.
Atlantis. My water tube went right through it.
Well, they got the big fish stuff. The
Yeah,
big
at
fish
Shields, you
tanks.
walk through the fish tank.
Your water tube. Are you talking about like a rafty thing? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
like at Atlantis, the rides. Yeah,
Okay.
and then you actually go through this tunnel that is surrounded by sharks.
I still would never get a cat.
I'm not a
sorry.
cat person either.
I'm
John,
sorry.
You could be my spirit animal.
mean,
We're aligned.
Just as long as I wasn't a cat.
If you're a cat, you shed. I can't do shedding.
Yeah, that's probably the last cat.
Kittens okay. Rats not cute. Kittens may be the cutest thing.
Yeah, but when they grow up though, and then
Yeah,
they
they
get
grow up.
attitude like teenagers,
Dang,
they're
they're
so
so
cute as
freaking cute.
babies, and then they grow up to be teenagers.
I feel like I'm such a downer today, but I once killed my cat.
On purpose?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't like, what's her name? Christy, no.
Christy Nome in South Dakota.
But
Get in the gravel pit.
I grew up on a farm in Wisconsin, And we had feral cats all over the place, like they just
good to have though.
Yeah.
On a farm, you need
exactly.
them. Snakes.
And so, like one day, one of the cats got pregnant. She had all these kittens. So my point is, like, we had there was a period where we had just a ton of cats around, and like one day I just like was closing the garage door, and the cat tried to run out from the garage, and it dove under the laser. Like it went under the laser, so the laser didn't even catch it, and I felt so bad. But the good news is, like,
did it die quickly?
Yes, and we had so many other cats, right?
Oh,
so it was like
you're like that one didn't even have a name.
That cat's life mattered.
Oh no, here we go.
You squished a pussycat.
See, I'm old enough to have been raised with a garage door that didn't have a laser.
I will human once, didn't you? I killed a human the same way.
It was me. I was the one always getting stuck under there. My goodness. Oh gosh, there's
a scene on Scream where somebody dies in that way in that movie. Sorry, it's Halloween. I was just thinking about that.
So animals are pretty smart. I mean, some of them are dumb and try to sneak under lasers and then get crushed to death by garage doors. Mm-hmm. But I want you to check out this pigeon here at this Subway or wherever the hell we're at. This is pretty cool. He's waiting. This bird is trained itself. Like, it knows people come up to the water fountain. Wow. And turn on the water. Thank you. Hang on. Keep it going. Hang on. I'm still here. Can you just be patient with me here? Thank you, sir. All right. Hold on. I think I'm going to get one more sip here. If you don't mind, you got it there? You're holding it, right? Cool. Hang on. Cool. Thank you. All right. I'm good now. I think I'm going to take off now. Appreciate your help. Oh, I'm sorry. One more sip. All right. Bye.
Gotta hydrate.
I do not miss. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't miss about living in New York City, and one of them is
pigeons.
Is the pigeons, man. It's like you'd walk down certain streets and you'd just be like, they'd be like in your face. Oh,
can I say that? And I've talked about this before. I'll never forget. One day I was walking to work through Times Square, and someone had discarded like a chicken wing down there on the ground.
As they do.
I mean, they discard a lot of things. Some of those come from their body. But anyway, they're in New York City. Yeah, that's what you're picking up what I'm putting down, Natalie. Yep. It's pretty gross there. I hate that town. Anyway, so one day I'm walking and a pigeon was eating, getting like meat off of the damn chicken wing thing.
How does that go? I think we need that in person.
Freaking cannibal, man. I mean, that's gross. A bird eating a bird. It goes like this, John.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just so. And I was like, bro, look at you. What are you doing? Oh, it's nasty.
Eat its own.
I suck at math. Everybody understands this. It's called Keith Math for a reason. And when I started playing this next video I'm going to play for y'all, I thought I had it figured out. And then I kept watching it and I was like, oh shit, no, I do not have this figured out. So I want y'all to watch this video. Tell me what the trick is, if there is a trick. I just don't understand this. This is from the Alpha Fox X account. And this is just very strange for me, and I don't quite follow it. So here we go. This is weird math.
How many almonds are right along this row?
6.
6. How many are along the back here?
6.
How many on this side?
6.
How many along the top?
6.
And how many in the middle?
4.
Right. Okay, so check this out. This is crazy. Okay. So if you take one, move it here.
Okay.
Take this one, move it here. How many are along the side now? 6. How many along this one?
6.
And this side?
6.
And the front?
6.
But there's only 3 in the middle now.
Yeah.
Weird. So look, try this one more time. If you take this one.
He's taking one out.
Taking one out?
Take this one.
What am I missing?
Move it here.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 along the front. How many on this side? How many on this side?
He's palming some.
Is he?
No!
Okay. Hang on.
That does not make sense.
Hang on. Let me
move this one.
Hang on.
Here.
I'll rewind it in a second
This
here.
one here. Now, how many along this way?
6.
How many here?
6.
What
How many here?
am I missing? I feel so
How many
gullible
along the
here.
front?
6. What?
There's only one here.
Okay.
Okay,
now we
All right. So now look. Look, if you take this one,
Okay.
it goes here, and this one moves here.
What are we
How
doing?
many along this side?
6.
How many along this side?
6.
What the hell did I just watch?
What
And on
the
this
heck?
side,
And
there's
then
0 in the middle.
He's palming them. He's palming
Is
them.
he?
Yeah.
But hold on. But I've tried to pay really. Yeah.
Like when he hovers over,
Yeah.
it's like classic. Steve.
Okay.
Steve. You're not Stu.
Okay. I know what you're saying. I'm not gonna waste everybody's time and go back and do it now. But I get
What
you.
is what does the chat say? Do they agree with me?
Yeah, let me go back. I have to switch.
This is
screens,
one of
I
those
think.
guys just trying to trick everyone for views, but he's palming them. I mean, that's like a classic palm, magic trick.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna like I said, I'm not gonna play it again here. But what I will do is I will retweet this so that everybody can mess with this on your own later, because it is I have to examine it. I believe you, but I don't want to sit here and waste everybody's time while I'm sitting here
One of the
watching
things,
for the
one of the
almonds and-
things that working in the news business taught me for so long,
Mhm.
working in the news business for so long taught me was how to be cynical. Everyone's
Aw.
just trying to trick you.
See, I'm not though. I believe everything I see. So that's not the truth. Okay. First of all, this is intense. Would you do this? Jump on a trampoline
Nope.
up in space,
No.
technically speaking?
Oh
sure.
my gosh.
Nope.
No, you wouldn't do that?
No.
They're having fun. Young people
No.
having fun. And in fact, the most dangerous aspect of that, if you know anything about me, it's the trampoline, not the height.
Is that how you did your shoulder?
That's how I heard everything. Yeah, trampoline. Oof, I don't think.
I'd like to see what it's hanging from.
I think there's a balloon things up there, right?
That's even worse. What?
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Honestly, no, thank you. Oh, speaking of terrifying, let me show y'all this here. Let's see here. Let me try to get this screen to come up. This is obviously we've all heard about the Quetzalcoatlus Northropy. Anyway,
Quetzalcoatlus.
sure. This is the largest known flying animal to ever exist. This is what scientists think it looks like. Looked like. Look at that thing. Keep looking. Oh dear Lord! Look at that guy. He's down there. Holy crap! Isn't that something else? How'd you like to see that?
It's just slightly bigger than a Texas mosquito.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That's
Slightly. Just a
definitely,
little bit. They actually call that the crunk bird.
that's carrying Zika for sure.
Oh,
Boy, that thing-
Zika. Man, I haven't heard that one in a while.
That
Zika virus. Weren't those were the days.
Those were the days. Did I, you know what, audience? Let me put this on the screen. I am turning it. You speaking of Joe Biden? I am turning into Joe. My memory is just gone. Did I ever play this? Y'all tell me. I feel like I played this for Brad. I just can't remember if it was on the show or off air. About the special floor ground thing over in Japan that generates energy. Did I already play that for y'all? I don't know. I'm sorry. You know what? I haven't played it for Jon or Natalie. So let me just play
This is how electricity is.
Wait a minute. I don't want audio on this thing. Hang on, y'all. Did I already play this? Anybody in the chat talking about this? Let's see here. Yeah. Look at that. So it generates energy. Right? I don't know. Did I play this? I don't know. Anyway, it's cool. So maybe I should. So you step on the tiles. Maybe I should give some audio on this. Sorry. Hang on.
Power the city. This is made possible by a smart world. Special black tiles have been installed along many walking paths. Each time someone steps on these tiles, they capture the kinetic energy from the footstep and convert it into electricity, helping to power the city. This is made possible by a smart technology called piezoelectricity. Just one step can generate enough power to light up to 10 bulbs for 20 seconds. This innovative approach is catching on globally, with several countries in Europe and beyond adopting it. Some are even installing these tiles on football pitches and playgrounds where there's constant movement, maximizing energy production.
Right? How isn't that wild?
So I think I heard, and I'm sorry, Natalie, but I think I heard they installed this outside the Cowboys locker room where they're doing all the tours of the players. That was a big story this week because there's apparently more foot traffic than there are wins. So
I can't even push back. I can't
The
push back.
Falcons fan doesn't say a word. He just lets them talk.
It hurt. Listen,
oh,
it hurts. Where was that? Where was that taking place?
Japan.
See
what?
Or just that Asian
They're
cult. They
smart
just
over
got
there.
it all figured
They're
out.
smart over
Oh.
there. They're just smart. They're smart.
They got it
Hey,
all. They're smarter, just like their dog. Like it's
let's
they're
see.
smarter.
Let's see who can answer this trivia question first. What is the one letter that
Jesus.
doesn't appear in the name of a U.S. state?
The one letter X.
Texas, baby.
Oh goodness.
Oh, I get to,
Z.
Ding, ding, ding,
Arizona. No.
no. It's got to be like
ding, ding, ding.
J.
New Jersey. The answer is Julie Forever T got it right. It is Q. It is Q.
New York City. Duh.
Wait.
YORQ. Come on.
Mississippi.
Oh no! How did we forget Mississippi?
Right?
Okay. When I first hit print on
A last crunk.
Last Crunk, what up? A Last Crunk. I hit print on this to mock it. And then I thought, no, this is actually practical. But I still want to hear your thoughts on maybe the oddest degree you've ever heard of, college degree you've ever heard of, or college course you've heard of. You always hear about these things in the news. But before we go there, and you can play along, obviously, in the chat there. And Julie, what do you win? You get 30 more minutes of this show. That's what you win for your correct answer. So here is the degree that I was gonna mock, and then I thought, no, it's practical. And the degree is digital media influence. Because I was gonna mock that, and then I thought, wait a minute, I went to school for broadcast journalism. All this is a modern version of my journalism degree.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
Yep. Absolutely.
And I mean, it talks about web design, social media, video production, imagery, content writing, preparing for success, blah, 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 blah. It talks about, editing software that is used that I recognize in my line of work. I said I recognize. I didn't say I could use them. What's that? Ways
to capture an audience.
Ways to capture. I mean, this actually, and this is at the University of Texas, San Antonio. So I think that's just a modern twist.
What I want to know is who's going to UTSA for digital influence. That seems like maybe like more of like a UCLA thing, maybe even like Columbia. I don't know. It just feels like the University of Texas at San Antonio is not the hub, the hotbed for digital media influencers. That's just me.
University of Texas has a course dedicated to Taylor Swift, right?
Oh no,
they really do.
Right. I think
they have a class dedicated to Taylor Swift.
When does it turn into a degree, a full-blown degree? I majored in Taylor Swift. Help us.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to Charlie Kirk the hell out of this and be like it's all a scam, because I know that my degree, I actually use the degree that I got, but it's I mean, all of it can be applied, right? Whatever the degree is. I don't know that any of it I think is crap, but I do know that most people who get a degree don't use that actual degree in their career.
What was your degree in?
Communications. Yeah. Well, so I have a radio television degree and a minor in journalism, and I used my degree. I was
going to say, you've done TV stuff.
My whole life. No, I utilized my degree. And I mean, back when I got my communications degree, we still cut and splice tape to edit just because they wanted us to know what it was like. I don't use that anymore, but I will say I use my degree. But my understanding is that most people, the degree that they get whatever is on their hanging on their wall is not what they're actually utilizing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was just going to say,
what's your degree?
I had to splice tape too, like the reel to reel, and you take a razor blade.
Yep.
I literally had to keep a razor blade in my backpack for this class, and you would cut it, and then you would tape it together with special tape, and it would sound seamless. I don't know how I couldn't do this today. I'm sure.
Same.
But it was already outdated by the time I got there. I don't even know why we were doing that. Like you just said, why did they do that to us? Anyway,
appreciate
John,
where you are.
What's
my degree is in politics, philosophy, and economics. And I would say for the early part, the politics part, when I was at the Blaze, I used that.
Yeah.
The philosophy too, yeah. I mean,
feels like
and the economics part. Like I was writing.
I think all of that can be utilized in life.
Yeah.
I feel like you fit in perfectly for what the World Economic Forum is looking for. You should be Klaus Schwab's right-hand man with that degree.
Yes.
I did want to go to Germany, right? Bringing it all the way back around.
Ja.
Ja.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch, aber ich bin sehr gut.
Wow. I'm bisschen.
I took 2 Jahren of German.
All right. Fünf.
Is crunk
I do
a
not
German
use
word?
that.
No.
What?
I just wondered if crunk was a German word.
Yeah.
That's my uncle. His name is Crunk. Uncle Crunk.
Uncle Crunk. All right. So, what have you heard of any weird degrees or any courses?
None that come just roll off the tongue.
The only one that I ever think of that I'm like, oh, that is a degree is general studies.
Awesome. Let me play.
For everybody who could never decided what they want to be when they grow up, which is most of us, that'll umbrella it for you.
Yeah.
Let me play this video for you. Let me get your thoughts on this. This is from 1987. So this video you're about to see is from 1987, and they are predicting what life is going to be like in 2024. Perhaps you've heard of that year. So here we go. This is the 1987 prediction of what today would be like for us. Let's see what they got right, if anything.
Is our prediction of what today's science and technology will do for tomorrow's person.
Greetings, 20th century people. I'm wearing part of the gear of the future. Well, it may look like today's, but it's not what it seems. The suit is chemically treated to make it thermosensitive. It absorbs heat when you're hot, thus cooling you down, and releases it again when you're cold, so you maintain a constant temperature. Well, I don't have much in my pockets. A few smart cards, holograms of my family, and we've finally solved the problem of lost keys. Don't have any in the first place. Each unique fingertip opens all the different doors in my life when I press them against pattern recognition pads. And I carry my office round with me as well. Now, this isn't just a watch or just a TV phone. It's also satellite connected, so I can receive any information I want from any computer I have access to around the world. And I carry a printer for that information in my briefcase, so that when I get a message, it all prints out like that. How about this for a bit of future entertainment? This is my 3D TV, and I can shut out the world for the brief moments that I'm still stuck on mass public transport systems.
Thoughts?
Wow.
Wow, right?
I'm impressed.
I mean, it could have been a lot further away from reality, right?
And what did people think when they saw that in 1984? Like,
right,
a watch that actually you can get information from any of your other sources.
I want to focus on that watch, because what he's not telling us is this watch. Look at that power cord that I think goes into a sleeve or something.
Yeah.
See that?
Right.
What's that all about? So I don't know, man. It could have been a lot more ridiculous than it was, but not bad. Let me just see here. Hang on.
I mean, listen, I do remember when I got my first cell phone.
Yeah,
I had a pager before that, and I thought it was cool.
For sure, for drug deals, yeah.
that's crunk, John.
Page me. I literally had that was part of my lexicon. Page me.
You know, page me. That's right. You know, I want to make fun of this printer thing, but
Yeah.
There are times though that I'm like, man, I wish I could print that up right now. And
But you
I know
can.
I could. I know I could on my phone if I were close to a printer or something. But
Anywhere
I'm not
you can get online.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
don't even
carrying
care.
around a damn.
No,
print-
no.
come on now, that's ridiculous.
I had to replace my ink cartridges in my printer the other day. You know why? Because I hadn't used them enough in the last year that they dried up.
Yeah.
Like it's not that I printed so much
I've
stuff.
been there. I've been there.
And I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Now I like print them for like coloring pages or stuff for my kids. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this watch for a second, because I know it's a news flash here to think that I'm a nerd, but I had a Casio watch with all the buttons and stuff, calculator watch, into college. So judge me however you want. But what I wanted when I was about, I remember I was in third, I guess I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old, and I remember there was like this like little miniature TV for sale at Rich's or something like that. There at the Cobb Center Mall in Marietta, Georgia, Smyrna, Georgia. And I remember talking with the person there at the counter, and it was like a really small TV and black and white. And I just needed to be a little bit smaller. And I remember telling the guy, I was like, I want a watch that has TV on it, you know. And we had this conversation, and he's like, well, there's no such thing as that, and blah, blah, blah. And of course, now, you know where we are with technology. But I think that they could have done because even in this suit right here, I mean, we've got, moisture wick technology clothing, you know, that athletes wear or something like that. I don't know, man. They weren't that far off.
That suit is a great idea.
Yeah.
Like,
well, then
we
I was like,
do have UV protection in some things now. Like even in swimsuits, they'll provide UV protection. But that whole idea of absorbing the energy to keep your body at a constant level. You guys, there's our idea. We can steal that and be so rich.
I know. Well, John's
just don't tell the
rich.
4 million people watching. Okay?
John's
Yes.
already rich from
Just
what I'm
between
paying
us.
him for this appearance.
Yeah, he's
It's
getting
you.
deducted from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you're the one that needs to pursue that idea.
I did
So
have a
that's-
professor in college who told me, and I remember thinking, yeah, right. He's like, you know what? One day you'll be able to surf the web on your TV. You'll be able to watch all your movies, like not with a DVD player. They'll just download, right? You can do anything you want from your TV. And I'm like,
That's crumb.
You did it. You did it.
there it is.
job.
There it is.
Can I just say? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I talked over you. What'd you say?
That's whack.
That's whack. No, stick with crunk. Whack will never catch on. So I think I've told this before too, that when I was in 6th grade, so this would have been, I think this was winter of 87, 88, I did a report on the fax machine. And my teacher did not believe me that a fax machine could deliver pictures and words over a phone line into a machine that would print up or what have you. I literally had to bring in the Popular Science or whatever it was, a magazine article to prove that my report was not fabrication. I mean, and now we blew right by that technology.
We did.
I remember the first time I saw a fax machine work, and I asked my oldest brother, I said, so how do they send the paper through the wires? Like, how do they get the paper small enough to get through the wires? And he laughed at me, and I'm like, that's a perfectly legitimate question.
No,
okay?
it is.
spouting
It
stuff
is.
off.
There's a lot of this stuff that when we were first introduced to it, we were like cavemen learning about fire for the first time. Because I remember the first time that my dad set up the VCR. I'll never forget. My mom and I came home, and he was test recording something on the old school VHS VCR, and it was Murder, She Wrote. And I remember.
Thank you for finishing that sentence.
Well, I had to. That's a Pat Summerall thing. It's a fun bit he used to do with John Madden, where he would try to pause with that comma as long as he could. Coming up after 60 minutes tonight, Murder, She Wrote. And so there's a fun bit on YouTube. I'll have to post it later. It is hilarious. But anyway, my mom tells me as we pull into the carport, she says, now don't forget, your dad is trying to get that VCR to work. So, and I forgot why she reminded me of it. But what I inferred was that be quiet because it's recording. And so we went into the living room and I was very quiet, tiptoed in there. It's like, is that recording? Yeah, it's recording the show. I'm like, oh. I mean, I was just like, my mind was blown. I didn't realize. I was just thinking of external audio. Anyway, it's just amazing our first experience with technology that then becomes old hat to us, or in the case of the VCR, the fax machine, and so on. It becomes obsolete in no time at all.
I had a documentary film crew at my house earlier this week to do something about coming up for my new book and stuff. And one of the things they wanted to look at was old wedding photos from my wedding. And so I got down, I found our old wedding album and I put it down and I'm flipping through it. And there is like a picture of, we did a funny picture. You know how wedding photographers are. They're like, now pretend you're standing on your head, and so there's this funny picture of all the groomsmen like pretending to push me through the door. And one of my groomsmen has a cell phone in his hand because why not? And it's, up to his ear. And it's like an early flip phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like so dated,
I know,
like,
man.
Holy cow. It was just one of those moments where you're like, I'm not the young person anymore. Like my wedding photos
we are not. You're right.
Old technology.
What year did you get married?
Well, here's the funny thing. I got married in 2009.
Wow.
That's not like
wow.
I mean, Keith got married in 64, So
yeah. No, I know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 1964. Yep, we're 60 years and going strong.
Sorry, I don't mean to waste your time on this, but you when you were talking about the Murder, She Wrote, finishing the sentence. I don't know if John, you realize you kind of did that to me earlier when you were talking about COVID taking things, because Keith had said COVID had taken something from him, and you were like, COVID took something from me as well, and it took my wife and I were going to go on a trip, and I was like, I really thought you were telling us that you lost your wife to COVID.
Oh,
I really did, because you went, my wife and I were supposed to go on a trip. And I was like,
hey. So, one more piece of technology, and I know you have to go, John, but I want to play a quick 30-second, 45-second thing here for you before you go. But it just occurred to me, microfiche. Remember that? Well, going to the library and looking up a book, and you had to go and you had to go to the thing, and then you go to this thing, and then you pull that out and you put it in under the glass, and then you zoom in, and oh my gosh, I can't even
sitting next to the card catalog.
Yeah.
So I want to play this for you before you have to go, John. This is what I was referencing with Murder, She Wrote. Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. Hang on. I gotta put the screen on. I'm sorry. Hang on.
Keith, maybe you should have gone to school for broadcast. Oh, wait.
Right. Here we go.
This will be coming up following football, followed by Murder, She Wrote.
And she. And it got longer and longer.
Then it's Murder, She Wrote. Lansbury.
So we're doing a game, and there's a movie following the football.
followed by part one of a CBS Sunday night movie, Gone with the Wind, starring Clark Gable and Vivian Lee.
I laughed so hard, I had to take my headset off and go out in the hallway.
I love it. I love it. John Madden
there you
and Ed
go.
Summerall were quite a team.
Rest in
I
peace.
know you have to go. Hey, man, next time you got a hunting trip come up and it's going to mess up stuff.
This is how
Please.
dedicated I am. Natalie and Keith, I'm dedicated to you guys. I wasn't going to let you down. Just remember this when the book comes out.
Yeah.
I'll get on with you and Chad, get on with Glenn, make that all happen.
Is it too soon to pre-order a book that's a year out?
It is. It hasn't come out for pre-order yet. That'll come out probably towards the spring sometime.
Okay. Well, be sure to keep me updated on that. Don't hesitate as the process rolls along, because I want to help promote it for you and have you back here to promote it here as well.
Well,
and I'm going to use what I made today to pay for
it. Wait, what? Drive safely. Okay. Oh, wait, you're in a hurry driving to Colorado. Okay. On your way back, you have to stop at the Big Texan and eat there in Amarillo.
Oh, and try to the 70 million ounce steak. Yeah, I know.
You will die.
No, it is the greatest steak. It truly is. I know it's a tourist trap. It's kitschy, whatever. It's very good steak, regardless of doing the whole, eat it in an hour thing. So anyway, drive safely. I appreciate your time today, brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Be well. Okay,
Bye.
so
Bye,
there goes Jon Seidel, right? Seidel. Oh my gosh,
Seidel.
Man, I suck at just everything. Let's see. What was I? I had a story here specifically for you, Miss Natalie. Friends and families of Arizona Cardinals cheerleaders. Because, okay, let me back up. For those that aren't familiar, you used to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I still have never seen the show. I see it come up on my screen all the time, but I've never watched it. You were a large part of the making the team, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Did I get all that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
So, so this story revolves around the Arizona Cardinals cheerleaders. And apparently there was a game, Monday Night Football, against the LA Chargers there in Arizona. And what was the story exactly? I sent this to you. They kicked the cheerleaders off the field to add more seats. That just seems wrong, right?
No, I thought what I read was that they had removed them because they were blocking the view.
Oh, they were blocking. That's what it was. They were blocking the view. So were these extra seats? I mean, these seats are always there, right? I don't understand.
No, they shouldn't have seats. I mean, the girls. So typically, the girls.
I should read the stories that I bring to the table first.
The girls will perform in the four corners of the field, like the four corners, and even when we were at Texas Stadium, we weren't blocking the view of anything. I mean, we're on the field with 18,000 photographers, sound guys, grips. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't understand how the cheerleaders.
The lowest seats are still above the height of the people down there.
The only thing I can think, like, how our AT&T state, I say new, it's 2010. The new stadium does have those ground level suites that are literally in the ground. But at that point, I'm like, you kind of paid for that. Like, you paid to look at their feet. So I don't understand being in the way. It's interesting because the cheerleaders are such a phenomenon when it comes to whether or not you feel they add color to the entire experience. Some people think it's a waste of time, that it's there's no reason for them. I tend to disagree, not only because I was a cheerleader, but it adds a whole new element of fans to the NFL experience when there are little girls who will travel very, very far for a chance to come watch an NFL cheerleader who typically wouldn't come watch a football game. And so then they end up being kind of enveloped by this entire experience. So typically as a cheerleader, it goes even beyond the field. There's so much that you do for the USO. There's so much that you can do for hospital visits, for very sick people, very sick children, nursing home visits. There's so many things of outreach that
Mhm.
the NFL can kind of play part in that goes well beyond the turf. So I don't know. I'm hard. I'm not buying that they were just blocking the view. So I feel like there's something else.
But and there were extra seats though, just for that game, or I'm just trying to figure out why that all of a sudden became a problem.
So they put seats on the field. That they can't do that either. That would
keeping the legacy alive. I'm just trying to figure out how this is.
Like that would be against NFL regulation.
Yeah, like nowhere in this story do I see why all of a sudden it became an issue. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if they were blocking a view Monday night, they would have been blocking a view 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, unless it was premium seats for just that game. And that's what I'm trying to figure out here. Well, let me ask you this. What's your take on adding dude cheerleaders to the NFL?
Adding what cheerleaders?
They have male cheerleaders now.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, so I actually don't care. Like I think like when I think of college cheer, I know this is a very different style, but there are male and female cheerleaders on the field. I know like a couple of Patriots cheerleaders who are male cheerleaders.
Hold on, but do they dress like men?
No. Well, so they will not wear a Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders uniform. They would wear something like the ones I know, they look like what male cheerleaders look like on.
But they're not dressed up like chicks, like trans action happening here.
No. I mean, I don't think unless you want to see some, balls pop out. That's not.
I was just about to say, however the sentence is going to end, I'm not going to be into it. So it doesn't matter how it ends.
Well, their cash and prizes will pop out. You can't do that. So they don't. And it's just, I don't know. It's just to me, they are definitely not a distraction. Because I've actually watched it. I didn't know. What's the experience going to be like? So,
Okay.
And the guys that I have seen do really enjoy the experience. It's just I don't think it's only a space for female cheerleaders, but especially if we want to look beyond them just being a sex symbol, Yeah. So
wait a minute, that's news to me. You're saying cheerleaders are a sex symbol?
No,
that one.
No, I'd never.
Before we go, I'm just trying to again. Guilty of printing stuff out without really looking at it. If I understand this correctly, there is an app. Anyway, here's what you do. Never take a picture of a password, y'all. Never take a picture. Even if you have it written on a piece of paper, don't take a picture and put it on your phone, because there's this app, and I think it's just an Android thing, and I forget what this innocuous app does on your smartphone, but it turned out that it was looking at your photos. Because remember, when you're giving access to your photos and stuff, you took a picture of a password, somebody on the other end could be seeing that. Well, anyway, I don't have all the details because why would a host prepare? But basically what it was doing is it was looking at it was getting into people's accounts, and they figured out it was through this malware app was looking at your pictures, and they were finding logins and passwords and stuff. And careful, y'all. Careful.
That's so true. I mean, I would take that a step further. Credit cards. If like you have to send your wife a picture of your credit, just like because she's got to charge something, and you're so right, because you would do. I mean, you think you're in a safe space, and
you're usually in a hurry, and you're like, okay, yeah, let me send this real quick because they're standing in line or something, and you're absolutely right. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Careful what you're giving access to on your phone or what you're downloading, because it could be. Yeah. One last thing before we go. A very important question that I just saw here from Linda in the chat. And I missed the first go around myself as well. But Natalie never did answer. What are you drinking? What are you drinking over there?
Oh, am I going to be?
You look,
Are
like,
y'all gonna
you look
be-
like you got your hand caught in the cookie jar.
I know. Okay, but don't be mad at me for this, Linda.
Whatever you.
It's just a Diet Dr. Pepper, and it's all gone.
Okay. Oh.
That's all. I know. I don't drink
It's not
alcohol.
straight up vodka or anything. Yeah.
No, you remember
Me
I
either.
don't drink. I don't
I
need
don't
it. I already act drunk.
Right.
But
Right.
it's just
Amen.
Dr. Pepper.
I see. Or maybe it's a Dr. Pepper can that you have filled with vodka. No?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that.
Sure you didn't.
Just soda. Yep. Linda, what are you drinking?
Oh, Linda, we're waiting for you. Linda, we'll wait for your answer.
Yeah, we gotta know what she's
We'll
drinking.
just find out what you're drinking here before we
I need to
go.
drink water, but it's like, ugh. Course Light. Love it. It's Friday.
Okay. It's Friday. It is Friday.
Linda,
All
if
right.
you need me to come hold your hair back, if you get sick, I would do it. And I can drive over there because I just had Dr. Pepper. I'd do it for you.
I mean, hopefully she lives closer than Colorado for John. My God.
Oh.
I didn't
gosh,
realize I
can't-
was holding up his weekend. I feel like such a jerk now.
Well, you didn't know, and I thought that was sweet of him. That's how important you are to him.
That's how important.
Or
I
his
am.
self-promotion, which I also can respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, what was his website again? Shoot, man, what a see, I'm a jerk. You know what? Check out what I'm doing right now because I love Jon Seidel so much. I'm rewinding here. Yep, I'm rewinding here until he's on the screen here. ReadDearJon.com. ReadDearJon.com. If he's smart, he bought both URLs. You know what I'm saying?
That shit crunk.
Hang on a second. Let's go to his page real quick and let's see what this looks like here. We're just gonna kind of see it here. There we go. There it is. See that? You got to go to readdearjon.com. That's easier to spell than his name.substack.com. And then you can sign up for his deal there. Oh, look at that. There's my email address.
What's that say? Over 4,000 subscribers?
4 million. He's got 4 million.
I was at 4 million. I can't see that.
Yeah, there's zeros missing there. All right, cool.
It's like
All right. Well, I appreciate you making time as always, Natalie. We'll have you back here again, of course. And it's just a matter of time before I bug you again and say, hey, come back. But
thanks to you and thanks to your people for always letting me graciously come on. I'm forever thankful, and everybody's so kind.
Do you think the audience? I thought you were suggesting that I had people. Stop.
Oh yeah. Sorry. No.
All right. Very cool. You're awesome. Thanks as always. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to head over to, you said it's Instagram there, at Texas Gun Experience.
Just come to Texas Gun Experience.
But if they're like in Alaska or they're
they'll come.
in Guam.
Y'all need to come, especially if you're in Alaska.
Yeah, come and visit us.
It's 1901 South Main in Grapevine, Texas.
1901 South Main, Grapevine, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just go to the Instagram too.
Or the Instagram. Very good. All right, Natalie and everybody, thank y'all for making time. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And Nebraska, please just make it a game against Ohio State. I mean, I know you're not going to win, so just keep it close.